Um, what's up, guys? We're doing a follow-up video to a video I did. This incident happened in Troy, Missouri, and this gentleman who's joining us here and his wife, she's out of the room. She'll be coming back here shortly. They were pulled over and arrested violently by the Troy, Missouri Police Department, and we do have that video. I recently posted it on the channel, and welcome in, folks. Thank you all for being here. Let me start putting the comments down here on the bottom. And joining us today is Andy Mencin, and he is the gentleman from the video. And so we're gonna watch a little bit of the video. I know I presented it a couple days ago, and we're gonna show some of it, and then we're gonna ask Andrew some questions, and then we're also gonna read the response, because since this video came out, the police department, Troy Police Department, has released a statement, and we're gonna read that statement. And it's bullshit, but let's watch a little bit of the video. You guys can see what happened.
All right, man, come on, man. Just relax. Relax. No. Stop. Ma'am, get back in the car right now. Have a seat. Have a seat in your car. I'm going to place you under arrest. Have a seat in your car.
I am in my car.
Sit back in the car. Ma'am, have a seat in your car. Ma'am, have a seat in your vehicle. Right here. Right over here. Sit in the right here in the passenger seat, or I'm going to place you under arrest. This is the last time I'm telling you. If you move from here again, you're going to be stopped. You're going to be placed under arrest. Do you understand? Yes or no? Do you understand? If you move from this seat, you're gonna go to.
I do not stand under you.
Okay.
I'm on. No.
First of all, let me just say that was amazing what you said to him. I do not stand under you. That's badass. Good job.
Thank you.
Come on, you're under arrest as well. I told you to stay in the seat. No.
No, I am with my kid. Really, I'm not trying to knock you off your property.
We know. We know you haven't tried to do anything except for comply and everything.
Hold on. I want to pull my pants up and ask her to show my kid.
Nobody wants to see it, trust me.
On July 11, 2024, Andy Mencin and his wife Aaliyah and 2 children are pulled over in a traffic stop. Officer Todd Plum of the Troy, Missouri Police Department orders Andy to step out of the vehicle, and while Andy is complying, Officer Plum immediately grabs his wrist. In a split second, Officer Plum and his partner are tasing Andy, and they turn this traffic stop into a violent encounter.
47 West at.
So let me ask you really quick, Andy. I did write down some questions. Yeah. And you believe that this action by the Troy Police Department was premeditated because of your recent activism in your community?
Yes. And then they told me that since I've proven that the city officials aren't the city officials, they don't have any O's or bonds or anything on record. They don't have anything. They have a key to the building. That's about it. And then they have control of everybody's money, which is sad. I filed a lawsuit against them. I pulled the police chief to the back during a city hall meeting, and I asked him, hey, if I impersonated this officer beside me here, what would you do to me? He said he'd arrest me. So I've proven to you that all your city officials are not who they say they are, and they don't have the correct credentials to be in the position they're in. And he says, I'm going to need something from a court. So then I filed a lawsuit with the Eastern District Court here in Missouri, and I got locked up. I wasn't able to submit any information. My social media has been blocked a bunch of different times. My internet's been goofy for a ton. I have got emails that don't even go through. Just a ton of stuff like that. I was trying to upload evidence to that case, but it got dismissed right after, I think Friday or Thursday it got dismissed. But it doesn't matter. They retaliated before it got dismissed, and they did all this bad stuff in between in retaliation to the suit. And then the guy refuses my ID. Then later on in the video, if you guys play up to that point, he says that, oh yeah, this is the guy from the city council meetings all the time. It's weird that he's out of city limits. That's crazy. Well, the city has been trying to annex my property into city limits after they botched the water district thing where they were trying to supply sewer to a homeless shelter they helped get built through an NGO called Bridge of Hope. and the archdiocese through our local church. And they forwarded this project. Well, I dug into it and I found a bunch of human trafficking. And I pointed that out. I said a bunch of things. I contacted a bunch of people. I even contacted all the state departments that I possibly could, tried to tell them what's going on. They didn't care. None of them gave two shits about what I had to say. And then lo and behold, after I do an interview, about 5 hours later while I'm entering town, I get picked up by these three dumbasses. It just, yeah. And he, like, unlawfully gave me all those orders. I didn't get out. I got out of the car because he told me to get out of the car. I complied because he told me to do something. And sorry, I'm getting a little worked up.
No, it's cool. I did watch the video where you called out the mayor, and he looked pretty angry. So I wouldn't put it past him to make some calls, you know?
Yeah.
Well, and that's not a road we normally travel either. The only time we travel the road that we were on is when we take our children to and from school. That night we just happened to take that road because traffic was extremely bad because our Lincoln County Fair was going on that week, and you got drunks coming out of there and going, you got idiot drivers. So we decided to take like side roads for the most part through town, like old in town. And that's not the normal route we would take at night. Normally we would take all 47 all the way down from 61. We would get off at 61 and from 47 all the way down. But that was the one night that we took a different route, which was coincidental enough. And in the video, if you notice, he hasn't even come to a complete stop before
I don't think they have that part of the video because I couldn't get it to upload. There's more parts of the video that I couldn't get to transfer and take and everything. Yeah.
Well, I guess there's a few seconds before that where
where
he had just originally pulled into the school, pulled forward and was backing up when he initially clocked us at a 32 and a 20. He was driving. I was in the passenger, obviously.
I don't have one ticket from the stop, and he arrested me outside of jurisdiction on top of that, and then put me in a cop car for no reason, basically. He doesn't have the paperwork from
there
point A to
was
point
the
B
traffic,
either.
so no one could pull over until what they say was 300 feet. I can tell you right now, he was not right up on us when his lights came on.
He had to give it to it.
Because you can hear his vehicle catch up because there is a 45 speed limit sign right there where you turn on from
where you have to accelerate
Main Street onto 47, which is where he originally got behind us at because he was at the school right there in the parking lot and came out of an exit or entrance only exit.
And if getting up to traffic speed is evading,
I'm saying that wrong, but I know what I'm trying to say, but I don't think I'm saying it right.
It's all good. Brain damage. No offense.
And we were already ahead of him, so he had to floor his vehicle while he was putting his lights on. So we were already far enough away that he had to catch up to us before initiating his lights.
Here's a question I have, maybe, and I wonder if it's possible because if they put out a APB, all points bulletin, out on you, there's supposed to be a report on that. So I know it's going to be hard to try to get some records, but I would put in a records request. Yeah, they're not going to give you records, huh?
No, they don't care. They're so...
No. I'm going to tell you right now, they gave me my original documentation from them releasing my evidence that wasn't really considered evidence because I did nothing wrong.
We still haven't gotten the gun back either.
Yeah, I haven't gotten my Taurus 40 back.
Which was in the seat. It was by her feet.
It was in my... Yes, I have a fanny pack. I don't care. Come at me. It has 2 cup holders. I got 2 kids. Do you know how perfect that is? Okay. Anyway, but it was inside my fanny pack, which has 3 different slots, and it was in the second slot inside of a gun holster with the safety on, no round in the chamber. Yes, the clip was full. No, it didn't cross my brain that I even had a gun with me. Not once, because I shouldn't have to use it towards the ones that are supposed to protect and serve us.
pulled over where he pulled over for the officer's safety, so
Yes.
he wasn't out in the highway.
Granted, yes, it did lead
And they
up to
pulled
a
up a
dead
dead end.
end. However, where he pulled us over from, we are less than a mile from where our home is to the end of 47 before getting on to 61. That's less than a mile for the most part there. I live less than a mile from anything and everything in this town. So we would have never went a mile, and where we pulled up to, and I'm glad we did, because I later on found out while I was in jail that my children, and you can also see it in the video if that was also posted, that he lost sight of my 3-year-old for at least 2 minutes before he noticed that she was gone, because she had hopped out the front seat and ran to her grandparents.
Wow.
And then when he went to go look for her, my 8-year-old at the time, she is now 9, took off for the grandparents. And they didn't even have their license, like their driver's license, taken their identification yet. So they didn't know who they fully were, but my kids did, and that's fine. They went to someone who they felt safe with.
They checked their IDs.
Yeah, they checked their IDs.
And he didn't even write all of it down. Like, he grabbed them, went up to the paper, wrote down a couple little things, and that was it. And he didn't even copy the full ID.
So I'm glad that we did pull up where we did, because my child could have potentially been running down the full side of 47 while the Lincoln County Fair was letting out.
Wow.
So dead end or not, that's our home. Like another less than 300 feet up from that, and you can Google it. I mean, it's public knowledge. Go ahead. It looks like Sanford and Sons here. I know. We got a mechanic who's got projects.
You know,
All right.
when you say that you pulled over in that area and you believe that it was the right place to pull over, you know, especially considering how that went down towards the end with your kids running out of the car. One thing I understand, and I did a video recently as well, and the guy was pissed off and he told the cop, "I have the right to pull over in a safe area." He was yelling at the cop. And when I was watching your video, I couldn't help but think that it didn't seem like you were running away. It didn't seem like you sped up to get away. It seemed to me, and I'm watching on video, that you pulled over in a safe area, in a safe spot. And after reading the actual report, are there
doesn't line up with the video at all.
after reading this, I realized that their statement that they left is straight up bullshit, obviously, right? And so let's read this really quick. After the video came out, many of you guys, thank you all, our supporters, for making complaints, calling the department. From my understanding, they're blocking comments now on Facebook, which is supposed to be illegal, right? That's not supposed to be. And so let's read their response. The incident that occurred involving Mr. and Mrs. Mencin and their children on July 11th was disheartening. It was preventable. We understand situations involving minors and use of force incidents are particularly sensitive and can evoke strong emotions in our community. We want to assure the public that we take this matter seriously and are fully cooperating with the Lincoln County Prosecutor's Office through the course of this investigation and prosecution. The initial traffic stop was going to be for speeding and the presence of an apparent homemade fraudulent license plate. After Sergeant Plum attempted to initiate the traffic stop, Mr. Mencin failed to yield and drove approximately 0.6 of a mile before stopping on a dead end, dimly lit secondary roadway. When Mr. Mencin exited the vehicle from the driver's seat, Sergeant Plum attempted to escort him to his patrol vehicle. Because he did not know whom he was dealing with due to the fictitious license plate, this caused the situation to escalate when Mr. Mencin began to physically pull away and defy Sergeant Plum's lawful requests and commands. After repeated attempts to gain Mr. Mencin's compliance through physical countermeasures, officers utilized tasers 3 times before being able to handcuff Mr. Mencin.
It was 5.
The arrest of Mrs. Mencin was due to her failing to follow the reasonable, lawful orders of Sergeant Plum. When she freely moved around inside the vehicle while pointing objects out of the driver's side window at officers, Mrs. Mencin intentionally placed her young children in between officers and herself and forcefully braced herself against her seat with her feet after told she was under arrest. After getting one of the children safely out of the way, bullshit, I seen the cop grab her by her arms just now. I thought that was fucked up.
He twisted her arm
Yeah,
behind her.
I seen that. And he was pressing it against the car, which fucking hurts, right? After getting one of the children safely out of the way, and when pulling Mrs. Mencin from the vehicle, she fell to the ground from an approximate waist height and allegedly struck her head on the concrete. Both Mr. and Mrs. Mencin received medical evaluation and treatment at Mercy Lincoln Hospital before cleared for detention at the Lincoln County Jail. The safety and well-being of all involved, especially the children, remain our top priority. We released the children to the family members on scene. The prosecutor's office will review all evidence to determine the appropriate charges, if any. We recognize the impact this incident has on all involved and our community. We are reviewing our policies and procedures to ensure they align with best practices in de-escalation and community-oriented policing. We are committed to transparency and will proactively share updates as the ongoing legal process allows, ensuring our community remains informed while respecting the integrity of the case. This remains an active and ongoing case, and we would like to thank the public for their patience during this process. Our goal is to serve and protect all members of our community with professionalism and respect. Now, I personally can point out 1,000 things they got wrong, but in your opinion, both of you, what do you think they got wrong on that?
The whole thing. It's like they didn't even watch the video that they have.
They regurgitated whatever the officer half-ass put in his report.
It's like they gave it to an AI and told it to do something and print up something that's, nice for us, and then printed that and published that.
Because they say allegedly hit my head, because I can allegedly hit my head and go possum after my adrenaline is pumping so hard and not responding, even after you're shaking me violently enough that I still don't respond to you.
You have to do a chest compression to wake her up.
That you do a sternal rub and what's supposed to be a thump, but I believe he does a hard compression down because you do hear me gasp. My husband, now granted he hasn't done it in a long time, but he did go to EMT school way back when. And he's autistic. He remembers things, all right? He's weird. He remembers things, all right? If you don't get autism, you're not going to get him. But
Panic that knows things.
it's a big puzzle, okay? Sorry. Love you.
No, go ahead.
And
Sorry, you lost track.
yeah, I lost track already.
Your charges were dropped, right?
Yes, my charges got dropped on September 11th or 12th. I can't remember the exact date off. It's one of those two. I had court. I didn't even walk into court. I dressed up, got ready to go in there. The officer showed up, which means they were ready to convict me that day. Or I guess not. Because I didn't walk into the courtroom. I got a paper from my public defender that was given to me, and it said without prejudice,
which is hilarious.
So dismissal. The state dismisses my case without prejudice, and so they didn't find evidence enough. Because let's be honest, they were hoping this wasn't gonna get out.
And then they threatened her that if she gets caught up with anything within the next 3 years, they're going to refile the charges against her, which they've been doing to a bunch of people around here and trying to run old bonds.
So that's what that without prejudice means, that they can still uphold me to those if they find me doing any criminal activity, which if you look me up, I don't have any criminal activity. I have maybe a few.
Speeding tickets, maybe.
Actually, mine have never been speeding tickets. Yeah. Ironically enough, they've always turned into I didn't have a plate displayed, which was absolutely hilarious because my bumper was clearly off my car, and my license plate was in my thing in my older vehicle from one of my older things. But it's always hilarious, and it's kind of funny how it came back around.
Because your charges were dropped, I personally believe that you definitely have a lawsuit. So you guys have made some calls for some attorneys, and so far you guys are unsuccessful in finding one, right?
No, I did have one call me back today that my public defender did believe was a good one to reach out to, and they finally reached back out to me today to tell me they have 3 cases before mine before they might potentially get back with me.
You might want to check on that too, because it could be giving you false hopes and false promises and make you wait on them
all the time. Yeah.
So that you can, they could be friends of someone at the department as well, and they could be selling you these bullshit wolf tickets, hoping that the time will pass and you won't be able to file the lawsuit. So I would definitely keep talking to someone to expedite this, see if possible.
The other part of that too is like I've waited 3 months to put this video out there because they just kept threatening me. They're all like half-cocked threats, or what do you call it, underhanded threats.
I also
they were trying to use my wife against me to pin her charge to make me behave.
Even though we're separate cases, and that's another reason why I'm not allowed to have my gun back, is even though we're separate cases, they're worried about my husband. Yeah. Even though the gun was in my possession, they won't let me have it back because they're worried about him.
And who just owns one gun?
Wow.
Sorry.
So, it's kind of disconcerting. Mm-hmm. You know, you say we're separate cases, but yet you're lumping us together. So which one is it? Plus, on top of that, I have voice recordings from when I've had to go in there several times into the police department to get my things back because they played catfish with me. Or I don't know if everyone remembers the meme with the old man with the fishing pole that says, you almost had it. They were telling me from the get-go I was allowed to have my things. Sorry, I slightly stutter now too. I apologize. That they when I showed up there, they weren't going to release anything to me. I had to beg and cry, and when I say cry, I mean snot, everything coming out of my face, crying.
Just to get an ID.
Just to get my ID, cash, and my card to be able to feed my kids.
So the funny part about this is the chief of police didn't even know what a passport ID was. He didn't know a proper form of federal identification was. He looked at it in confusion.
And then they proceeded to talk to me about good apples and bad apples, and not everyone is, not everyone's like that, while trying to console me after not letting me have my things, after telling me for days I could have my things. And it took 3 months, up until my court case to be able to get my things, and then another 2 weeks after that because it took them 4 days to go turn in my paperwork. And then when I got the paperwork, they gave me the original copy because they couldn't make a copy on their copy machine that they just inputted it into their computer with.
Yeah. And then on top.
And the chief of police is apparently only just the evidence guy. And I gave him the opportunity on his Troy Police Department to answer that question for me, and he hasn't responded.
Is it a small department?
Yeah. It's a small department.
So it's possible that you can sue for the records as well. Now, I'm not a lawyer. I don't know some of the things, but from my understanding, you're able to file a lawsuit to get your records, and they'll have to pay you if they don't give them to you.
Right now, my whole thing is getting this officer off the street because he's since been brutalizing more people. I've gotten so many messages from people who have seen the video because they've been brutalized by this guy.
Right. I've actually received some messages and emails as well that he's a bad cop.
It's so bad. It's been going on for over 2 years now.
And in one of the posts, I don't remember which one because there's so many of them now. He has an ex-neighbor in there commenting, even talking about how she always thought he may have been a douchebag.
Really? Wow.
And from what I've
Yep. A neighbor that she moved away from long ago.
most of the people I've talked to too are women that have just been beat up by the guy, which is insane.
And if you actually look him up on CaseNet, I'm pretty sure he's already gotten a divorce. I wonder why.
But and I'm not trying to like rag or
I
like.
mean, it's public information.
I get that, but the guy's got a life, and he needs a full psych evaluation. He needs help.
Mm-hmm.
He needs to not be a cop. He may need to be in a padded room, but with an "I love me" jacket on. But other than that, I mean, the guy doesn't need to be held more accountable than he needs to be. Honestly, I think he should be subjected to everything he's done to everybody he's ever arrested. But that's just me.
That goes to one of the questions that I wanted to ask you regarding all of this. So I think you kind of pointed out some of these questions that I had already, which is good. But after all of this, right? After everything, I mean, after all of this, what would be an ideal outcome for you and your family as well as your community?
Well,
Him off the streets, first off.
For the community, a system that's actually based in helping people versus enslaving them and driving them into poverty. Meaning like getting the city to where there's city provided water, food, and electricity, getting it to where all these things that we pay taxes for actually go to our benefit, because they're doing nothing but using your money to destroy your life. And then they use that to tax you out of your home. Like they literally go around with their little assessor's office and put more money that your house is worth more in taxes, so it raises your mortgage and a whole bunch of other stuff. And we figured all this out, and we actually had a fraudulent mortgage company. It was the whole thing. I filed a police report. Nothing ever happened. So I kept digging. And then I kept finding stuff and finding stuff and finding stuff. And one thing led to another, and here I am trying to speak out for everybody's rights that are being violated, because these assholes have control of all of your money, but they don't care what you have to think about what you want to do with it.
Before you started doing your activism and holding them accountable, is this something that you just seen in your community and wanted to make sure things change?
I've got a lot of friends. Yeah, I've got a lot of friends that have had a problem with this. They've messed with me. I've lost jobs over this. There was one time I had a ticket that they never took down in a warrant that I lost over $3,000 on, and they just kept firing secretaries and filing warrants. They didn't care who it was on, and this was the city of Winfield before it got taken over. And there's a whole bunch of other shenanigans. Lincoln County's been corrupt and crooked for a very long time. It's just now most of those people have kind of died off, and all their minions are just around doing the dirty work. And they don't know what they're doing.
It's all original big names around here.
Yeah, they're all old families with old ties, and I don't want to get into that because that's gonna.
Certain clubs that most people
didn't take the deal. Don't join the club.
Right. Let's watch a little bit more of the video. Actually, let's go to your channel and let's watch after they arrested you. And you guys, I know some of you guys are in here, some of you guys are watching. I'm gonna go ahead and link the video that I did for them so you can watch it in its entirety. And I'm also gonna link his channel as well, because on his channel he's got
Stop.
On his channel, Andrew Mencin's channel, he has a bunch of the body cam footage. So he has it all on there. And also, some of you bigger channels out there, grab some of this footage, make some videos on it, keep the pressure on this department. One of the main goals is to get this cop fired, right?
Yes.
Let's see it. Go ahead.
Fox 2 News supposedly
picked it up
about 3 hours ago, but they just kind of regurgitated what they've said. They've never reached out to us.
I don't even think they've watched the videos.
So they're probably
said there was only 2 videos.
So
there were only 2 videos.
They more than likely have a friend in that police department that they contacted and said, "Put this out," right?
Yeah,
probably.
And we know it goes all the way up to the news stations, through the public school system, through all
That's
the
why you
public
find
work
someone
systems
private
and everything. Yeah.
who's making a living or, trying to do good, that you
It
find to get the word out there, because you can't trust these big old corporations and
right.
companies to
They don't
do
care.
what they say that they're going to do, even though they're a news channel and they're there to investigate. But
Brainwash the
hey,
public.
I mean, maybe take that out of your title if you're not actually going to investigate.
Right.
That
One,
false advertisement, I believe.
if you guys can, after this, send me a link or a phone number for that news agency, and we'll put it in the description so that people can call the news agency and, maybe ask them to run a proper story on it.
I'll drop
Right.
it to you now.
I shared it to you.
So let's go ahead and watch this. Do you guys want to go through the violent arrest? Do you guys want to see the violent arrest again, or do you want to just skip to? I mean,
We can go through the violent arrest. I'm
If
cool
there's
with
questions
that.
that need to be
that's
answered,
fine.
you know what? I lived it.
Let's
I
do it.
survived it. Unfortunately, these last 2 days, my nervous system and everything else has been shot from all of this, from the comments, from watching it again, re-feeling all of
Right.
those.
It's been a lot.
That I have no point in hiding. I have nothing to hide, so let's get it out of the way. And if I have to keep getting it out of the way, eventually I'll have therapy for it.
For the first
It's
time
okay.
in 2 days, like an hour ago.
yeah, it was brutal. So let's go ahead and watch a little bit of it again. And it's
He even goes do 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 do.
Get the driver out. Hey, driver, step on out for me. Step on out for me, okay?
Getting out on my own fruition.
All right, man, come on back. Just relax. Relax.
No,
Stop.
you're
Stop.
not-
Stop.
you're
Put
not-
your hands behind your back.
You're
Put
not-
your hands behind your back right now. Put your hands behind your back.
You're not doing
Put your
it.
hands.
We are calling the police.
That's it. I don't. That's it. Taser, taser, taser. Get down on the ground. Get down on the ground. Get down on the ground right now. Get down. Get down. Get down. Get down. Get down. Get down on the ground. Put your hands behind your back.
On your stomach.
You are doing this in
Stop. Stay in the car. Stay in the car. Stay in the car.
Your stomach now.
Get on your stomach. You're gonna get it again.
Your stomach.
Get on your stomach. You're gonna get it again.
On your stomach.
I got it.
I'm trying, sweetheart. I am trying to find Roger Taylor's number.
Oh, you
Get back in the car right now. You're gonna be placed under arrest. Now, uncuff your or release your hands.
You did not read me my rights. You did not go over anything. You did. No, you asserted yourself and you violated my rights. All of them.
Very well.
All of them.
Oh, look how calm, cool, and collected they are right there as I'm still sitting there videotaping them with the
Oh, they
two
can see that
phones
it's a phone.
in my hand. And no one's irate until they realize that I am calling what used to be a sergeant for that department, but now is a lieutenant detective. And I slipped my mind that night, and I said I was calling Sergeant Roger Taylor, which was a buddy of ours. And unfortunately, since this incident,
We haven't had much communication.
we haven't had any communication now. So it's kind of sad. And it's not like he didn't know us, because my husband's worked on his car multiple of
We
times.
work on a bunch of people's cars.
And he's also told Andrew some of his other cop buddies needed work, and Andrew's done that before. We've never had anything against cops. We've never taught our children to hate cops.
I was fighting for them for funding so they could actually get vehicles, and so they could literally actually be police officers who could keep our stuff safe and actually do their job instead of entrapping people, beating them up, and trafficking them through the prison system for money for a pension. Yeah, that linked up well.
And it's sad to see that they wrote on the report and on the statement that you're pointing objects at them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, it's
Yeah.
Which
They
they
clearly
clearly
knew
already
it was a
knew
camera.
what I
Yeah.
was doing, because I state that I am calling Roger Officer or Sergeant Roger Taylor. I
Have you
stated
guys
that multiple times.
have you guys made the complaints yet?
I'm not allowed to enter government buildings.
Really?
That's part of my
That's part of
stipulation.
his
for being out.
stipulation on his
Yeah, I can read it for
on
you.
his 50,000 cash bond only, that no 5, 10, 15 or percent was paid.
Didn't pay a dime.
Walked out of there on his own recognizance and no GPS monitoring, but they wanted all of that.
They also wanted me to go to anger management,
Well,
which was hilarious.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
And then his only other stipulation is he is not allowed to enter into government or municipalities unless he is there to pay a bill or go to court or vote
Damn.
for what his bond would be, which would technically be 3 months, but
So
obviously
if I go on the premises, they have
So
grounds to arrest me.
and as long as they keep dragging it out, he has that as his stipulation.
And-
all of mine was dropped, obviously,
Basically,
but
they
I do
silenced
still
me.
have CPS involved. However, CPS already did most of their things, and they are just here now to help support us and get us the help that we need for this. And don't put her information out.
No, I'm not.
I know you wanted to say something, so that's why I was like,
They tried to give us the same lady that put me in foster care.
Oh, that one you're fine to do. Yeah.
That was absolutely terrible. The lady that initiated trafficking me through the system, hands down, absolutely hilarious.
So they changed it to a different one.
So they changed it to a different one, which we're happy with because
we really like
they're
her.
actually
Oh,
trying to
she
help.
Is wonderful. She
There's
is
a-
doing everything she can.
There's a gentleman that just commented, David, please share my contact information with these people. I can help them. This man does knows his shit, so I'm gonna get you guys in contact with Ralph. He also has a channel. He's done some outstanding work, and I'm gonna connect you with Ralph. I'm gonna
Thank you.
see.
I'm just trying to bring awareness to some of the trafficking that's going on, how they're snatching properties, what they're doing with the banks, and a whole bunch of other stuff. It's so much stuff. It's overwhelming. But once you see it in that light, you can't look away and you can't unsee it.
Yep.
And the cool thing is, it's all kept on record. It's all public record.
So Aaliyah, you're not banned from the department, so you can go make a complaint, right?
Yes, I am technically allowed to go in there. However,
I
he
don't want
drives.
to keep sending her in there.
Right.
It breaks my heart every time she has to walk into that building.
Can you
I
guys?
currently don't drive because of the accident that night with them. Well, as they put, allegedly hitting my head and somehow being able to play possum.
Space out episodes, eye glitches, and just a whole bunch of just.
That. Yes, I do have random space outs, and
Memory loss.
And I do stutter at times now. My head pressurizes randomly. So for me, I don't drive. I don't feel safe driving. I don't feel it's safe for others. So I would prefer not to.
We mostly stay
because
home now.
if I'm being honest now, anytime I hear those sirens,
Yeah, it's scary.
so I am not going to put anyone in danger like that. Whether you see me as a villain or not, I take safety 100% here. And for me, I have no problem going into the building. However, I don't prefer to because
It's like walking into a place where
I'm
all the
literally
people
walking
that can just
into
beat
the-
you up for no reason.
into the lion's den. Even
Right.
though I'm
They're a bunch
even though I'm
Sheepish rats.
a Leo myself, I still take caution around other lions.
There's channels on here. Central Tyrant Investigation says that he'd be willing to go with you or take you as well. And I mean, this is an amazing community. And sorry this happened to you guys. Sorry you guys have gone through this. And you guys are going to have some support. Somebody else left a message and said that they would like to help financially. So if you guys have a donation link, if you don't, create one. Start putting it on your channel in the description of all your videos. And if people can donate, they will try to help you guys with that as well. We're gonna continue to send as many people over you guys as possible, and we're gonna let that department know that you guys are not alone, and we're gonna make sure that they know that we the people are watching from sea to shining sea. And there's gonna be people that are probably gonna go down to this department, gonna go ask questions, and so maybe you guys don't have to keep putting yourselves, in danger.
I have a recording of the officer pretty much saying to their secretary, which if anyone called that department, it was Cheryl Holloway, where he says, "Ooh, did you see how she locked eyes and lasered in on you?" And Carol kind of chuckles and says something. Then he responds with, "Wherever she goes, I go." And that was the day that my stuff was dismissed after he sped away, or
angrily sped away from the courthouse.
From the courthouse, because
wow,
I got dismissed that day.
Violating his own traffic laws.
Because I'm pretty sure it's only 20 through there.
Yeah, and he was going about 45 before the stop sign.
At least.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna play the rest of this video. You guys
That's
watching?
I really wanted to get to the hospital stuff.
Let's go straight to the hospital, guys. And I'm sorry I played it because I feel like I brought out some more emotions in you.
No,
It's
all good.
No, you're fine.
It needs to be seen. It's bad.
There's going to be emotion throughout this no matter how many times I watch it. Because no matter how many times I watch it, it's still as gut-wrenching as the first day.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's still fresh as well. And all these wounds are fresh. And but we definitely want to put the heat on this department. Let's go ahead and watch the video where they take you into the hospital.
Stop. You need to stop. You need to stop right now. Oh, go for it. Shut up. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Stop.
Pulled me over for violating the speed limit and fucking tased me.
Shut up. Have a seat.
Remember this incident because it's going to be on the fucking seminar.
He's going to re-educate us on how to do our jobs.
These cops are being condescending because you said what you said, and the other cop is back there. He's going to train us on how to do our jobs. He's being a condescending prick. And, I mean, in reality, I don't find what you said being a joke because many videos have been used as training videos for cops. So in reality, this video can possibly be a fucking training video for several departments.
It couldn't be.
Yeah,
Right?
It's a perfectly example of what not to do.
Right.
Look, could our behavior been a little bit different?
I would have gladly taken 4 tickets.
Yes.
Well,
I would have
I
gladly
will
taken 4
agree.
tickets.
I don't know. I don't
But-
think you guys did anything wrong at all, man. Like,
I
he
complied with his orders. And
Yeah, he did.
I mean, and he does say that all I did was comply. I mean, he said it verbatim why they were putting me into the back of the car. That, yeah, you're right. All you did was comply. You're right. Thank you.
he admitted to getting tired of you. You were arrested because they were tired of you. He said it. We're tired of you.
I know. It's because of how loud I can be. Sorry. You can tuck me away, but you're still going to hear me.
There's a lot of times where women are in the passenger seat or whatever, and you'll hear people in the comments saying, "Tell her to shut up. She needs to shut up." Not in this situation. Once Andy got grabbed and thrown to the ground, you did what you were supposed to do. So you were not too loud. You guys did everything you guys were supposed to try to protect each other. And Andy, at the end of the video, when you saw what they did to your wife and you were angry, I felt your anger, bro. I felt it. I was thinking to myself, how would I be acting if that was me and that was my wife? Because I love my wife dearly, bro. And
I did everything but get out of the cop car, because if I would have gotten out of the cop car, they would have just shot me.
Possibly, yeah. You're right.
I was almost a GM global class technician. I knew what that thing was before it was built.
Let's go ahead
I
and
was
keep.
ready to disable it and get out if they took a wrong turn.
Word. Let's keep watching, bro, and see the way they treat you.
Couple line.
I'll be calm. I'm not going to do shit.
Put your hands behind your back.
I can't put my hands behind my back. They're handcuffed. I will put my hands behind my back.
Do you understand the concept of preemptive command?
Yes, I do.
The preemptive that
Relax.
You can't do that because you're breaking
will
my
be
wrist.
placed against
You
Relax.
need to undo the other handcuff. Fuck, dude. Oh. Oh, man.
You can't hurt him. You can't hurt him. You can't hurt him.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. But yeah, you're the one in handcuffs.
Yeah, because you're a dumbass to tase me for a speed limit violation. Because I was handing you my documentation, and you tased me. All the court documents, I hope they picked them up on record and didn't throw them in. Because you all need to read them. You didn't do shit. You didn't read me my rights. They literally ripped me down. It's on the body cam. It's on the fucking body cam. Ah! Can you just undo the other one that you just locked and then undo it?
See, here's what happens when you act like this.
I'm not acting like anything. My arms are behind my back and contorted.
No,
Yeah.
just lay there like that.
Just stop.
Just lay there like
You
that.
got it.
Dude, I got a thing in my side.
Yeah. Whose fault is all this?
It's your fault, actually. It is your fault. Because I was handing you my documentation. You grabbed my wrist
we
and
know.
forced me to the ground. It's all on your fucking camera. And his camera.
Okay, you're right.
I
You're
am right.
You're right.
you are right.
So let's just be quiet and talk to the medical staff.
Okay.
If you can bend that wrist a little bit, I'm gonna lock these so they don't continue to tighten up on
Call
Remember,
Randy.
you're combative.
Randy too.
The undersheriff.
You're so
Or actually, call the sheriff.
Well,
Call Harold.
No, he's required. What's your name?
You're required to actually call a white shirt. You're required to call somebody a sergeant
he's not my
in
white
charge.
shirt. I am the sergeant.
My name is Andrew Mencin. And he'd know that if he would have taken my information.
He's trying to.
Ew, you
now.
can hear him.
I handed it to him. I handed you my passport.
I'm not
You
asking
didn't
you.
read it.
They're
You
asking.
didn't read any information. You read nothing. You're telling me to shut up. I'm trying to give him my information.
What's your birthday?
5291. You can leave now. I want to talk to the.
You're my prisoner, so I'm not leaving.
I'm your prisoner. I'm
Correct.
your prisoner.
Correct.
Over a speed limit
Prisoner.
violation.
All right, Andrew.
Oh.
Real quick.
Yes.
My name's Dustin. This is Christine.
Hi.
Nice to meet you guys.
Can we do vital signs?
Yes, you can do vital signs and everything.
Okay.
I'm
Can
sorry.
I get a temperature on you? Underneath your tongue.
Bro, that just tells me another story. You're not a loose cannon. You're not crazy.
No.
You're not just being mean to everybody along your path. You have a reason to be angry, and I think you're keeping your cool the whole time, bro. In reality, and
I stayed so fucking calm.
yeah, bro, what they were doing to you and they're twisting your arm, they know how to do that shit, bro. They know how to do that shit, and I believe you were being respectful, bro. I mean, look at the way you talk to these women or the people in there working.
I
They
am a
didn't do anything wrong. They're there to help me.
Right.
So I need in about 4 hours. I'm gonna have to like do some additional thing.
Gotcha. Okay, 99.0.
I'm not gonna flop around on the floor like a fish out of water for any of these dumb motherfuckers.
I'm gonna, you got cotton on your chin. I'm gonna get that off.
I'm a dumb motherfucker, yet you're the one wearing a Blink 182 shirt. Just saying.
First of all, that cop is a dumb motherfucker, and I'm 47 years old. I love Blink 182. I just watched the concert with my son on TV the other day, bro. My son's channel is Nate Skates 182. That's his favorite fucking band. That cop can go to hell. Go ahead.
You know
I'm sorry.
what's great?
We were
No.
debating on doing a thing like a Fallout Boy fan tases.
Or My
Blink
Chemical
182
Romance. Even though we love those bands too, we were just gonna make some whatever, like whatever type of fan attacks another type of fan as a spoof type thing. But we thought probably better not to. And then when he entered the stuff into TikTok, it popped up with what song he was initially playing before
Kill switch engage always.
Right.
progressive metal,
Right.
progressively angry.
Yeah, you're right. Fucking song was making him hella mad.
And we can't really. We're gonna say we're not persuaded by music.
The dude's
Come on
got
now.
like 3 chew packets in his lip the whole entire time.
Oh, and then
and he's like spitting, and it's
and he eventually checks out his smug face.
Oh, we'll get to that in
the cop car.
That's when they're taking me back out to the cop car.
Wow, unfucking believable.
And spitting the whole time.
He even spits in the trash cans at the hospital. It's fucking nasty.
And turns his camera off.
So
they all start turning the cameras off.
You have a right to be angry, and you have a right to tell the cops exactly how you feel. It's part of the First Amendment to freedom of speech and freedom to redress your government. You know what I mean? And
we'll try to be respectful as much as we can and
be legally and lawfully. Follow
Cops,
chain of command all the way up.
Cops are under policy to be professional at all times. So
that was not anything close.
What happened just now?
I asked the chief of police that question too. Where was the professionalism since they put that in their, blanketed crap report back out?
Right.
I asked all those questions up in that comment section. No response back.
Yeah. I want to hear it again how that went down because that's straight bullshit.
We should get Blink 182 up in here to do this.
Right?
I'm a dumb motherfucker, yet you're the one wearing a Blink 182 shirt. Just saying. Just saying.
What do you have against Blink 182? Bro.
Dude, we roll around town with our windows down. Anytime Blink 182 comes on, we blast it as loud as we can with the windows down. Like, I hope you hear us.
Bro, I hope Blink 182 grabs this shit and fucking shows it because...
What's his age again?
Yeah, what's... right? Yeah. And in reality, it's fucked up because that's the least of what that cop did that whole fucking night, right? That's the least of what he did. And he continues to be a prick. He continues to
There's
be...
no de-escalation there. He's trying to escalate.
Right.
All the way through booking.
Saying he's combative to other people. I'm pretty sure you're placing blame on the wrong person. Again, when you're pointing fingers, look at how many's pointing back at you.
There was a comment that was left on the Facebook page that read, you think it's bad what they did to you? Wait till you hear what he did to my son, what Plum did to my son.
There are so many people contacting me about this officer. It is insane.
He ripped a 17-year-old out of their vehicle too, apparently.
I got another lady that he literally grabbed her by her jacket and slammed her to the ground. I got a couple more about where they just like twisting arms and assaulting people for no reason. I've got so many that have been, and they're open cases now. They don't want to post any information because they're worried about getting arrested because of the way it was done. These people aren't speaking out because all these lawyers and everybody are telling them to be silent because it hurts their case. And they're lying to them this whole entire time, and they're trafficking through the system because they believe these people are doing what's best for them.
One of the reasons...
absolutely insane.
One of the reasons I believe cops continue to behave like this and become emboldened to get meaner, right, along the way is because they're getting away with it. The chief of police ain't doing nothing. Internal affairs ain't doing nothing. Not only that, they try to stifle your complaint process.
Most of their staff, they don't have staff. The mayor's basically alienated everybody but his posse out of the whole entire building. That's been part of the problem too.
They had one of their notaries quit and tried to file a lawsuit against them all at the same time for harassment.
For a hostile work environment.
Wow.
Harassment. That's ongoing now.
Not to mention the ample
found,
amount of sunshine laws they violate on a daily.
The mayor's had ethics violations. There's so many ethics violations against him. It's not even funny. And then some of the board members, and they're literally putting laugh emojis on all my posts. Like the Scary Lifer dude is literally putting laugh emojis, and he's a sitting board member, board of aldermen.
Wow.
Right? It's all bad. Like. He thinks it's a joke, and he's made I can post multiple things where he just thinks it's funny that I get messed with and arrested and all a bunch of other stuff. So
for you avid watchers that are watching this right now, My email is recordpolicenow@gmail.com. Go through his moderators, mount up real quick, and drop Andrew Mencin's channel link. You're up to 109 subs. You guys go subscribe to his channel right now. Let's bring his subs up. Let's show him all the support show them the support that they deserve, Andy and Aaliyah. And also your kids, man. I gotta say, my heart goes out to your kids. I don't want to keep taking too much of your time tonight because I know your kiddos.
The more information, the better, and they're in bed.
Okay.
We made sure they were.
Shout out to Roach J, who just joined the chat. Thank you, SJVT. I appreciate you getting this out. Roach J sent this to me probably like at 3 in the morning. I woke up like at 4:20, right? And I started watching the videos, and I was like, oh my God. I even woke up my wife. I was like, this video is fucking horrifying. Because she kind of heard, and she was like moving around because I was kind of playing, and it got a little loud. And I was totally fucking like disgusted with it. And this is probably one of the most egregious videos that I've done. And like I said, I'm sorry it happened to you guys. But I'm going to do my personal best to help you guys build your channel. I want your voices to be heard whenever you guys speak. I want the ground to tremble in your community when you guys speak. I want these politicians to know, these cops to know.
I don't want them to be able to walk down the street.
Right. And I'll keep doing videos on this. And I'm also going to send this to other bigger channels. Hopefully, Lackluster picks this up. Civil Rights Attorney picks this up. I hope We the People University pick this up. All you other bigger channels that are watching this, let's get some support for this family right here. I believe you guys still need to file complaints. I believe you guys have a slam dunk lawsuit. I believe you didn't do anything illegal, Andy. And especially because they dropped your charges immediately, Aaliyah, I think you have a lawsuit. And I want to do my best to see if
with an orange triangle.
Yeah, with this video and the last one, and I'm gonna do another video as well. I'm gonna go through all the body cam footage. I'm gonna take parts. I'm gonna do another video because I want to keep highlighting this, and I want to keep the pressure on that department. I want to see if we can get that cop fired. He does not need to be out there putting people in danger. Right?
No, everyone's messaging you, asking you if you've seen the Fox 2 stuff. It is so horrendous.
Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just watching messages go by. Like, they literally just, like, verbatim did whatever the cop said.
So, Lick the Whole Boot said, SJVT, please ask him to check his comments. So, go through your comment section. Make sure you start reading the comments and responding, talking to the people. You guys, go send them some love, some support. Like I said, you guys, throw up a donation link on there, GoFundMe or something. People sometimes are willing to help. So, yeah, man, let's get you as much support as possible. I know Roach J is not too far from there as well. I know people are willing to go out there to help support you guys as well, to go down to the department, ask questions, demand answers. And this is only the beginning of the pressure that we're going to continue to put on this department. And they think that they can continue to do this to the people. And I say that, no, it's not going to happen. We're not going to let that happen.
I'm actively trying to round up other people's body cam footage from this guy. I'm also trying to, there's also a bunch of other ones in Lincoln County that do the same thing. There's, I think, at least 4 different posses of cops that do this.
Yep. And Fox 2, and the news here threw me under the bus too. Fox 2 is horrible. So,
Did you read what they said?
Mm-hmm.
We'll fucking put their information up as well so they know. And send me the link of the Fox 2 thing that they did.
Oh, but did I not do that?
You may have. You may have. I'll go through that as well.
Distracted at
Yeah, I
times.
got it. I sent it.
Okay.
All right, guys. Is there anything else you guys want to say? You guys want to talk about?
Could we watch the rest of the hospital thing?
Yeah,
because
let's
he
go
just
ahead.
gets worse and worse.
Okay, let's go ahead.
Man,
Dude, I just like the shirt. It's a work shirt. I tear it up.
just saying.
Do you see what I'm dressed like?
Gotcha.
You think I care about this shirt?
Gotcha.
You're judging me over a shirt?
I'm judging you because of your actions
Of my action, you
in
tased
front of
me.
your children.
You ripped me to the ground and tased me in front of my children.
Victim blame.
Because I was handing
Again.
you my paperwork. I asked you to read the court
These are
documents
not
and you
the droids
tased
you
me.
were looking for.
I'm suing the city right now, the U.S. Marshals. Seriously,
We know.
dude.
Cool, we got it.
Thanks for doing the conflict of interest thing. Good luck having your job in the future. I'm done. Go away, please. All right, Andrew. Well, you can give me to him. He's much nicer than you are.
I'm pretty sure that's how you de-escalate a baby.
Yeah, I'm high-functioning autistic with ADHD.
No shit, huh?
And any allergies to medication?
None, you're not giving me any.
No, I just have to ask for the triage process. All right. Are you on any medications daily?
Marijuana.
Okay.
If I don't have that, I have a seizure. So that's where I'm at. I've been seizure-free for over 5 years. I would like to keep it that way.
Okay.
Thanks for bringing all the flashy lights around.
Do you have any medical complaints this evening?
The big-ass metal thing in my side that I can feel. I don't know if there's any anywhere else.
Okay.
I am kind of adrenaline rushed right now because I got tased.
All right. Other than your right leg,
And the only reason I got on the ground is because they would stop me if I didn't.
other than your right leg, any other injuries? Other than the right leg and the left hip area?
Actually, I didn't even notice.
Okay. I'm gonna come behind you.
99.0. Pulse
Yeah.
112. Pulse off 96.
Do me a favor, man. Lift your arms up just a bit. Okay, perfect. Nope, you're good.
Sorry, it's like cutting off my hand, so you're not going to get good readings at all.
This is how it's done live.
He didn't read me my rights. He didn't do shit. Like, this dude failed at his job from fucking go.
When do I have to read you your rights?
Before you put me in handcuffs. And
That's-
then you
that-
also
that's
have-
incorrect.
also
You
have
failed.
to say
You
to
failed.
yourself, You have failed.
You failed. You failed. Again,
You
Look
failed.
at you see the cop.
You failed.
You see the cop behind you.
Talk to people.
He's
Yeah, tell him to.
he has to calm down his partner. Calm down, partner.
Yeah.
Calm down.
Calm down.
He-
Calm down.
he has
Why
to
is an
calm down his
officer
superior.
de-escalating an officer? Answer me that, Batman. Why is another officer calming down your sergeant of all people?
His superior.
His boss? You gotta calm down your own boss? Please.
Jersey Watcher comments and says violating HIPAA, recording you as you receive medical treatment.
Oh, well, that's interesting.
You see, I mean, with the people here, that we're gonna
There's
keep.
also a nurse up in there that makes a little comment too when they bring up the sovereign citizen crap, and she goes, "Oh," and like, so it makes me wonder: are you tweaking and critiquing our medical information too?
Word.
With that kind of attitude, I've got questions.
And
Yeah.
I don't even know if the full medical exam was done because
Again,
they didn't do triage. When
this-
that guy looked at him like that because they did not. They didn't do anything. They didn't do anything correctly. If you've ever worked in a hospital, none of that was. Mm-mm. And with her being released to be for confinement with a head injury and not being watched for 24 hours, she should have been in the hospital for over 24 hours. Should have been taken away from that scene in C-spine after she had hit her head. They should not even have rolled
But
her
they
over,
call
touched her,
for
done
an
anything.
EMS for taser.
tasers, which a doctor has to take out.
And then his partner, the same one, told him you can't do for tasers.
Yeah, he had her. The guy below him had to remind him
Oh,
how to do his job.
And the sergeant had to call in and find out a code statute too. Which, I mean, I get there's a lot you got to remember, but really, you can't remember the resisting arrest one. You really
you
don't
use it a
think
lot. You really
someone
use it a lot.
hasn't with you with how violently aggressive you are. I beg to differ on that one, but hey, that's just my
I'm trying.
biased opinion because that's not unbiased.
I
I'm not
would
gonna
really
lie.
like help getting the rest of Officer Greeny's footage because I've got like an hour and a half that's missing from his. It cuts off about halfway through the hospital, but his video never ends. It just keeps going.
Yep. Let's finish watching this video.
Yeah.
so just so you know, in the future, when you have to deal with the police, what What requires me to read you your rights is custody plus guilt-seeking questions.
Okay, I was trying to hand you my documents. There was no reason to take me.
Hey, Midwest accountability. You're saying you went to Troy, Missouri, and recorded the cops there. I'm guessing this was before this happened or after, right? I mean, because we barely put the video out. But yeah, man, I want to see if I can try to summon you guys to the Troy, Missouri Police Department to go record them and ask questions, get some records, maybe file some complaints.
They're not very good with questions.
Okay.
What's that? They're not going to give records?
Good with questions.
They're not going to answer questions? Yeah.
There's no reason to act like this, officer.
Okay. We got it. That's what court's for.
That's what
court's for. Correct.
For me to sue you because you didn't do
Sue
your
me.
job and you neglected
Sue
your
me.
duties and violated my
I'll
rights.
sue you as
I'm
well.
already suing the city.
Okay.
I'm already
All
in the
right.
process
Good for
of
you.
suing
Okay.
Would you mind me still just so she can read?
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's not.
It's okay.
It's not going to get a good reading anyway.
I know, but we're gonna try.
Yeah, my shit's all spiked right now because I mean
Your pulse is up.
yeah, they shot me with like 3 tasers at the same time. Yeah.
Let's take a deep breath.
I got on the ground because if I didn't, they would have shot me. Because it would have taken about 5 or 6 more tasers to take me to the ground.
Well, I'm glad that didn't happen.
I've been through some shit.
All right, we got it though. 135.
Yeah, he did.
That works. I'm gonna take this off you, okay?
I mean, it's dropping. Okay.
Yep, you're doing all right.
I can only count.
Keep it up, okay? Just ignore him right now. Okay.
He doesn't know what he's doing. Clearly.
I'll be back.
Damn,
ignore
the nurse even had to tell you to ignore that cop. She knew how much of a dumbass he was.
Well, if you actually really listen throughout all of the medical videos, you'll start to hear the cops kind of talking, and the nursing staff ask is who's bringing in who. There's actually a county cop across the way. I believe it's on one of my medical videos from Iverson.
They roll their eyes and like, oh, not again.
When they ask what cop brought it in, and they literally go, the 187, and you just see the cop do this and turn away and
Wow.
walk back into the room. Huh, I wonder why.
Yeah, he's probably
He's
he's probably bringing in people almost every day. Fuck.
Yes. Gotta get that quota.
I mean, he made of the year. He got the look at me.
I arrested a bunch of people for no reason. Participation trophy.
Well,
I participated.
if the department is watching this video, or they're gonna watch this video,
They haven't watched the rest of them.
yeah, I'm pretty sure they. I don't know if they watched my last one. I'm pretty sure people sent it to them. We have folks.
They watched it.
We have some.
They wouldn't have produced that bullshit response.
Yeah, you're right. We have some badass people in the chat
I mean,
that are
there's
willing to go out
potential.
there.
Thank you,
Hell yeah.
the whole of you.
Thank
Hell
you.
yeah.
Like for real.
Yep. Man, if I'd be able to make it out there, I would love to link up with everyone out there as well, man.
It's. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to live here after this. I hope so.
Well, I think after this we're gonna make it a better town because it
Yeah, it needs to be a better town.
this has been my I have lived here my entire life. We purchased my great grandmother's place when she passed away. We have lived here for 10 years. This has been my hometown and probably always will be my hometown. And I am sick and tired of watching the good people in this community get thrown and trashed around.
By the people who are supposed to serve and protect them.
Right.
And the sad part is I have never in my 29 years ever been that afraid of a cop. I even had one cop pull me over one time and didn't give me a ticket, gave me a warning because he gave me a questionnaire on how we view the cops and on a scale of what to this to that. Do you have any? And when I explained to him normally I have no problem with cops, but lately
They just always arrested people.
they seem to be getting a little bit more violent each time there's an encounter. And I get that they put their lives on the line every day, and I'm not saying that that's not a hard job. I am not. But I also know that you still have to go into things with compassion
Right.
and empathy and everything that the human is supposed to be. And if I am being honest, that night none of that was displayed. There was fear stricken throughout that entire night. Even I, which everyone says I didn't do wrong, but in my own eyes, after watching it multiple times, I see where I could have done better, per what other people's opinions say, and how they view me, which is completely fine. Everyone has their own perception of how they are going to view this entirety of this thing, and that's fine. But for me, that was fear. And the sad part is my children no longer trust the cops. They are looking for them when we're leaving our own home. And sometimes they see them before us and go, hey, there's a cop. And we're like, huh? Oh. And
they're actively watching for them as we're driving.
We
have it's better than radar.
And we tell them, it's okay, guys, we're fine. But they don't believe us. And that's not our doing. Because, I mean, if you listen to when my children are screaming, after I got hurt, my daughter literally ended up saying, if my grandma shows up, are you going to arrest her too? Are you going to hurt her? Are you going to take her away? Like, she's asking all of these questions on her own. I'm not there coercing her. He's not there coercing her. There's no one there. She's asking that all on her own because she is scared of what she just watched happen to her parents.
And if my mom hadn't shown up, my kids would have been put through the system.
You know, there was a part in the video I watched today. It's on your channel in one of your body cams. Your daughter has the paper in her hands and she's telling the cop.
Yeah, giving the officer a law lesson.
Yeah, and she's telling the cop, I don't know if you can arrest me at my age. And the cop,
and he fears her into that too.
And the cop tells her, I've actually arrested someone your age before.
Let's strike some fear into my kid.
Right? Yeah.
Congratulations. Yeah. And he also continues to touch my 3-year-old daughter's leg.
Grabs her leg
and like he grabs her shoulder, and you can see her pull away.
It's like the ghosts are gonna get you.
The ghosts, my baby, the ghosts are gonna get you. And he even repeats it. She's like, yeah, they're coming for you. My baby hexed him. They're gonna get you in your sleep is what she said. How dare you do this?
Yeah.
Scared fear into her. I'll scare fear into you.
And then my daughter pulls out all the court documents and all the paperwork with all the state seals all over it and everything for the officer. And the officer's like, anybody can put anything on paper. It doesn't make it true.
So your report's not true. Your training's not true.
It's not
true anyway. But then all the crap that keeps getting regurgitated out isn't true. So then is anything true?
Anything you put down on that paper for a report or charges.
I can go question after question after question because I'm a female. I like to argue. Let's be honest. I ain't lying. We all do. Don't hide it. Okay.
I guess let's finish the hospital video.
Yeah.
I know we're keeping people long.
Let's go ahead and finish watching this.
Not the sheriff's department. That's awesome. Glad that 6-month or 6-week training course did you good.
Apparently it's done more than you.
Really quick, Midwest accountability. This is my call to action. I need people to meet me in Troy. This is ridiculous. You guys, email me if you want to get in contact with Midwest accountability. I can connect you guys, and he's going to go out there as well. And he's a really good friend of mine.
And you're training, right?
Sure does. What's the tattoo on the back of your neck for? Actually, they messed it up and it was like mirror. It was supposed to say snow, and I was going to get a couple of things below it and a couple of other things, and it didn't have to do that. It's actually reversed in the mirror because I checked it in the mirror and it looked right. Yeah. Because it was in the mirror. So I'm going to get it covered up with something else. I haven't had money, time, or anything else. So.
Just didn't think about
the concept for the whole piece. Well, so yeah, I was gonna kind of embody all of my.
What up, Lance?
Oh,
How you doing? How you doing? Haven't seen you forever.
What a
What time you working till? Sucks. Half an hour, you're done.
I was actually looking at getting a Sumerian one with some of the ancient tablets on my back. Yeah.
Yeah, this all came out at once. Yeah, I saw you, all you guys running down code east, and then like 2 minutes later I stopped this.
This guy's hiding in a house. Got 2 felony warrants, and then he had a bunch of dope on him.
It's a full moon.
Yeah, you're
No,
crazy.
I don't know, it seems like it, doesn't it? Huh? We already called him. I called him when
I'm
Randall got
literally
him and his
giving
wife
this
handcuffed.
dude
I called him.
a detox
He's like, there's only 3 of us. I was like, hey, we're gonna need some help.
We're getting our asses
Yeah.
You can turn your whole entire body around. You can fix your brain. You can get cognitive. You can make that brain fog go away. Whole thing.
Striker. Yeah, he's here.
Trying to help him.
You guys have a lot of the body cam footage of this situation, and I'm probably gonna go through it all again and make another video soon. And I mean, if there's any more developments as well, if you guys, go ahead.
Can we get help trying to get the body cam footage from the jail? I was assaulted in the jail as well. I was also ganged up on by 3 female COs. They held tasers to my face while they ran me to solitary confinement for asking for a phone call, which they never gave me for 3 days.
and then I wasn't given the medical treatment that I was
Yeah,
should have been given.
It's really bad. They held her up for the mugshot. The officers literally held her up for
If
the
you
mugshot.
look for my mugshot, if it's even available, I am being held up by another officer because I can't
Wow.
stand.
It's in the video.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, it is actually, isn't it?
It's in the long one, right?
Yeah. So and then also I want the body cam footage because I was assaulted in some of the footage from inside the jail.
No, it wouldn't be in the long one. It would be in Iverson's.
There's a guy here that
Okay.
was just arrested for killing his grandparents over $20. He used a cheese squeezy bottle to spray feces on me through the cell door, with a little hole where they put food through. So the only reason the hole was open was because he asked for his cup because he used to be in that room, and since that's not a thing you can get in there, I handed him his cup. Then he came around to try and pick up
Oh,
trash.
the Chuck door.
Yeah, the little chuck door. I guess you call it
Yeah,
a chuck door.
it's a Chuck door.
He went around claiming he was going to pick up trash and he was trying to get the trash out of the cell. So I handed him the trash out the little door because there was some in there, being nice, kind, and courteous. And this dude sprays crap on me through a cheese squeezy bottle with open wounds and a whole bunch of other stuff. I had to then get away from the door. He dropped the squeezy bottle in. I was trying to de-escalate him because he was trying to get in the door, and he said he had another one and a whole bunch of other stuff. So I'm trying to figure out the situation, de-escalate him, and make a call to the CO so they can come in and help with the situation. So they come in about 15 to 30 minutes later. They make me carry a bucket of water with cleaning solution in it up the flight of stairs there, like a big mop bucket. After I've been tased, my knees are all ripped up, and I was covered in shit. So I took off all my clothes to sop up all the shit that was on the floor. And I was in nothing but my boxers with a female CO standing there while I'm mopping up another man's shit, joking with the man that just sprayed shit all over me while holding a taser on me the whole entire time.
Damn.
While I'm mopping up another man's shit. Dingleberries and all.
Well-
The crazy thing is he had a shit in the freaking bottle.
Flabbergasting.
Bad cops bring the people together, and because of these cops, I think we're going
It
to
still
become
smelled
friends.
like shit in there when the prosecuting attorney came into the jail. And the prosecuting attorney does not go in the jail.
And so let's we're gonna go ahead and end this, guys. I want to see what we, not just myself, but all of us included, and I already see a lot of people in the chat. A lot of people want to
She
help
was
your
held
situation.
She was held for 5 days. I was held for 7. Or
For
4.
the jail cell,
They
like
forgot
out
to put
in
the handcuffs on her for like 10 minutes.
I don't want.
You didn't go anywhere, do anything.
I know, but I like that CO. Don't get him in trouble.
I'm not getting him in
He was the
trouble.
one that actually brought me an ice pack and took pity on me because he couldn't get an answer from anyone else, so he made a makeshift ice pack and
It
brought
was
it to me.
weird how, and it was
Because I
weird.
was,
Because there was always good
I was
cop, bad
fully
cop.
like from my head down to my legs. I was like running a fever, and only my hands and my feet were clammy, and I was turning gray, is what all of the other inmates were telling me. To the point that they started calling the COs to get them in there, and there was one that really stuck out. That if it wasn't for him, I don't feel like any of them would really feel human. There are quite a few good ones. I'm not gonna lie, but that one for sure, I don't want him getting in trouble. He's a good one. And he actually cares, or at least he showed compassion towards me.
There's maybe 4 COs that were decent, maybe 4.
We had a different experience because the ones that traumatized
well,
you
actually,
were
that
nice
one
to me.
was nice to me. That guy was actually nice to me. He checked on me because.
Oh, well, right, but you had a problem with the female one, and I didn't.
Yeah.
Are you guys okay with me connecting you guys with other activists, Midwest Accountability?
Yes. I'm fine with that.
Send them.
At this point, we've basically been through all they're going to be able to do. So.
Okay.
And right now, we need whoever is willing to come up, and if they can, be at court for him on. And he's got court still on the 16th of this month at 9 a.m. here in Troy, and I don't know if they're gonna try to continue it or go to try to convict him after this, and that's the scary part for me, because I can't do any. There's no way. I finally have a doctor's appointment tomorrow to have an overlook done because I've been working on trying to get medical because I put my application through and their system did this weird thing and it showed my application in progress but not finished, and when you would try to go in to finish it, the site automatically kicked me out, so it took months to get medical and finally do, and now I can go in for a follow-up tomorrow to see if maybe we can't get some scans done, since I do still have problems with where my head hit, and I do when
pressure buildup,
there's pressure buildup,
equilibrium,
and I've got random times where I'm just there rubbing my head because it just is randomly hurting and I don't realize, or the pressure is building up and I'm just stimulating and just hoping that it'll go away. So I still got some issues going on. So I know if anything, I don't know.
Well, you guys keep your head up, be safe, keep your cameras handy, recording just in case, and record everything with the CPS if they come by. Record that. Any interactions with cops, any phone calls as well. Record that with cops, with government, with the CPS, DFSs, whatever they call it. But
I don't think I'm technically allowed to call.
Okay, well.
Their thing is very vague, and I don't know how I can push that to where it's unconstitutional, but it's vague.
Right. So go ahead and I'll connect you with some other activists as well. Talk to them. There are some that are in your area as well. And I got to tell you, one of the guys that's close to you, he's a fucking beast. All right. He got one cop fired, went to go work at Walmart. Picture was taken of that cop working at the Walmart deli after he tried to bully Roach J. So the chief of police was also arrested and fired, and we were able to expose them, put the videos up, and we the people, we make complaints, and we
the chief
put the
just wants
pressure
to
on.
make it to retirement.
Yeah, that's his whole goal. That's his goal.
That's all he wants, is to make it to retirement.
Cool. He's not going to make it to that.
All right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and end this for now. Thank you guys for talking, sharing your story.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
We're an open book. Any questions, ask.
Cool. Let's keep in touch, and I'm gonna put you in touch with other folks as well. And everyone in the chat, thank you for all your love and support. Everyone go subscribe to Andrew's channel and Aaliyah's channel, right? Andrew and Aaliyah. And you guys go show them some support. David, make sure you share my information to them. They can call me anytime. Yeah, you guys send me your phone numbers on emails, whatever, and I'll send your phone numbers to Andrew and Aaliyah, and let's get everybody connected. Roach J, fucking thank you, bro. Midwest, thank you. Moderators, thank you. Everybody else, thank you. Andrew and Aaliyah, keep your heads up. Go hug your kiddos. Give them some kisses and some hugs. And you guys do your best to try to stay calm, stay happy, love each other. Welcome to the community. Sorry it had to be this way. But we the people, we stand behind you guys. Okay?
Thank you.
Thank
All right.
you.
Much love, guys.
Much love.
All right.